make my living teaching university. I teach at Medgar Evers, Thoreau College, and Mercy College. I teach Introduction to Arts and Speech Communication. There's nothing intellectual about that. There's nothing heady, there's nothing... The biggest difficulty is just disciplining yourself and getting the play finished. I've been working on a full length for a long time. But I think the most difficult thing about dramatic writing is structure. There needs to be conflict. There needs to be a climax, and the conflict has to be rooted in action. The conflict can't happen out of thin air. The conflict needs to be earned by what act is occurring on stage. A playwright can have a very good ear for dialogue, but there needs to be structure as well. It took me I think, 5 days to write Vengeance Once Removed. It came from the gut. One thing that distinguishes this from my previous one acts is that it begins with something really, really grounded in reality. The entrance of the actress at the beginning of the play is she is chasing a mouse. What can be more real than chasing a mouse in your apartment? It addresses issues of abuse, alcoholism. It addresses parenting, effective parenting. I think it has a lot to say about who we are, and abuse in nature. Is abuse when a child is abused? Is it just an isolated incident? I don't think it is. I think we're all affected. As long as abuse is occurring, everybody is affected somehow. The child is abused. What other lives are affected besides the child? Does that abuse go outside the home, and how long? And basically the repercussions.
I'm Jacob Womack, and I'm playing Cameron Mann in Vengeance Once Removed by Larry Schwartz. I'm originally from Arkansas, Mississippi. Both of them, ironically. Moved around a lot as a kid, and that's probably where I started acting, was because I was always the new kid. So you eventually try to make people laugh, so they don't hate you. I studied theater in college. I did an internship in Florida. I love plays specifically. I really like dramas, especially classical stuff. And if you're going to do that anywhere in the world, New York is kind of the place to do it.
When I first read the script, I really enjoyed it because it felt so real. I feel playing Mercy is, it's going to be a challenge for me. It is a challenge for me, but I like that, and I think that to get to that point is something that's also very interesting, because there are people out there in the world that are exactly like her, and every day in real life. What's the matter with you?
That's right.
Get your ass over.
That's right. You see, that's where we're going.
She is a young mother, party animal, but she loves her daughter, and nobody can mess with her daughter. She is a free spirit. She wants what she wants when she wants it, and she has this wonderful, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with this great man, and she doesn't want to get rid of him, and she wants him all the time. Said, come out here and have a drink with me. Why you keeping me waiting?
I was a graduate student at Hunter College, and in one class we were discussing Antonin Artaud, who tried to find a book we called Theater of Cruelty. And there's a wonderful book, it's one of the seminal works in the 20th century on theater. It's called Theater and Its Double by Antonin Artaud. His prose hit me on a level which I never experienced before. I know, I like this man, I kind of understand how he thinks. Does that make me mad? I don't know, because he was considered a madman by some people. And I wrote a play about Artaud. It was full length. That was my first work. And after that, the next one came, and the next one came, and the next one came. And it's fun. You know, playwriting can be very liberating. What is a play? You know, I think I have a playful mind, so I think I have a feel for playwriting. This gentleman to my right is Antonin Artaud. It was taken during the last years of his life while he was residing at a psychiatric clinic. He was not a patient, but he was still residing at a psychiatric clinic. If you are bored with bourgeois theater, you would like what this man had to say about theater.
Cameron's gone through a fair amount of troubling stuff for him, especially before the play takes place. And chosen to gain revenge for not only a loss in his family, but also a sense of humiliation, and then he was very, very wronged, and he's choosing to take his vengeance out on the person that he sees as the main culprit for that. I still think he's aware and he is human. He's not a sociopath. It's not just, I'm going to be evil. He's an actual person who's choosing to do things that are mean, just mean. But at the same time, there's a reason for it. Now, some of the choices he makes are not choices that I would make. So that is a stretch, and there are aspects of what happened further into the play that are very, very cruel, and I don't necessarily think I'm a cruel person. But at the same time, it's one of the perks of working in theaters. You get to do stuff you would never do in real life.
Through my character Mercy, I want the audience to understand that she's more of she's complex, but she's still simple. She's a mother that wants the best for her daughter, and she should be the person that you can kind of run to have fun with, and she has your back, you're on, or whatever. She reminds me of a couple people that I know, so I'm trying to see if I can channel some of their characteristics, trying to pull in from what I know their personality is, and putting a twist of it in my own, so I can make it just a better character and more real, so the audience and everybody can feel and know exactly what I'm going
through. I like him. He's also the director, which is interesting, because frequently when you've got a playwright and a director, you sometimes have that issue of, well, what was the playwright's intent? By having a director playwright, you never really have that question, mainly because he's right there to ask if you really need to. So that's very, very helpful in some ways. And it's, you have someone who's kind of created the world and is very, very familiar with it and knows what they want to get out of it. It's an interesting take. It's not like anything I've actually read or seen before, which is nice. You get kind of tired of it. Oh, look, it's a love story, yay. It's always nice seeing something that's new and has a different take.
I loved his play. He's a great playwright personally. He's wonderful. He's working with me. I'm grateful for him giving me this chance to work on this play with him. And he's a great director. He gives his insight when it's needed, and and just to help me build the character and make a strong connection to my character. It's a great experience, but it's also challenging for me. But this is what I want to do, so I really am just grateful to even be here and to work with Larry and Jacob. And it's awesome. I know it's going to be work for me, and I have to work hard, and I'm willing to work hard. So.
I think I'm asking questions more than positing morals. I don't want to moralize. Let life show itself for what it really is, and let the audience draw its own conclusions. Write plays. I think write what you know to begin with. Write about people who you know. Write about things that you understand or are trying to understand. Write about your past. Write about any subject in your life is special. If you're having a difficult relationship with your mother, write about that relationship you're having with your mother. Write what you think about. Deal with your obsessions. I would say keep it close to home if you're beginning to write. Write what you know. Write about your job. If you work at McDonald's and you don't like your boss, write a play about someone working at McDonald's who's having problems with his boss. There's conflict there. Know who you're writing about. When you're supporting the Strawberry One Act Festival, you're supporting the arts.